So the worst things United States want is not a conflict with China, but is lost a conflict with China. That will be a real disaster. No one will seriously believe that today's United States can defeat China in Taiwan Strait.
Okay, Professor Shen, let's begin our conversation today by asking your opinion on the report issued by RAND on the 14th of October, not exactly recently, but has been making somewhat of a headline here in China of recent. And now the theme of the report, the title of the report is Stabilizing the US-China Rivalry. And to sum it up, there are three things that the report that says that the US should or can do to support the stabilizing of the US-China rivalry. Now, the examples include statements such as the US can say it does not support Taiwan independence and it seeks a permanent separation across the strait or to oppose any peaceful unification.
That means the United States will seek to support a peaceful unification. So
Mhm.
I think that's the reason that make this report become one of the most hottest topic across the street. It's the first time that think tank like RAND to formally raise this idea that it's a time for United States to talking about that they will support the peaceful unifications.
Is it just one of the dozens of reports that the US semi-government think tanks issue on a monthly basis, or should we read too much into it, or is it that perhaps Chinese media is picking up on the parts that they like to hear?
It's a highly symbolic issues. So about 3, 5, or 10 years ago, it will be mission impossible. Any research institutions inside the United States, like RAND, will formally release such kind of report that raise this kind of ideas. RAND, comparing to other research think tank, it's a very classic think tank that don't have a strong political parties background, which means it's not especially pro GOP or DM, but it's a very standardized deep state institution, which means the RAND they represent the voice from military industry complex in the United States. And RAND's logic is very interesting of that report. Number one, the assumption is United States must change its policies toward China in the name to stabilizing the US-China rivalry. There's several different meanings. The first layer of that meanings is seeing that RAND did not want to see that US-China rivalry become unstabilized. But the second meaning is such kind of unstabilized is mean that or implication United States and China will launch a military conflict, for example, in the Taiwan Strait. But last, and the most important layer of the meaning is RAND cannot sure that United States will win in such kind of conflict. So the worst things United States want is not a conflict with China, but is lost a conflict with China. That will be a real disaster. If you can launch a conflict with China and defeat China decisively, United States will do it. United States definitely will do it. But the point is here, it become little embarrassment for United States to admit the fact nowadays that United States already lost the capacity. And so the United States cannot defeat China decisively in the Taiwan Strait scenarios.
Is that a consensus or just a one-sided argument?
It's a common consensus. No one will seriously believe that today's United States can defeat China in Taiwan Strait. You can understand the thing like this. It's like a kind of taboo, or it's kind of atmosphere, unless people get a general consensus in certain cycles. Otherwise, No one will deliver such kind of report publicly. The RAND just delivered this report very publicly and did not feel any embarrassment to admit the fact and feel it's quite important and a quite creative initiative for RAND to deliver the suggestion that already proved everything. We have entered a new world, a new phrases of this word.
Was the timing of the release of the report of any significance?
Yeah, before the summit, before the meeting, and after the September parade launched in Beijing. We know that during the preparation period of the parade in Beijing, we know the news that a new draft of U.S. military strategies already delivered to Secretary Hexas on his tables. It's the draft versions. And according to traditional logic, this final version of the report should be released in about 2 or 3 weeks. But this report just disappeared. The only explanation is just they decided that, okay, guys, I'm sorry, but we need to rewrite the whole report because the September parade, the military shoes, they changed everything. That we need to re-estimate the military power and the capacities of PRA and the PRC, and then launch a new strategic assessment of China's strategic capacities and assets, especially those nuclear arsenals that has been shown during that parade, especially those advanced manned and unmanned mixed vehicles and the capacity, those mixed troops, and this digitalized, highly digitalized information integrated troops. And after I think after they finish the new estimate, they will deliver a new report. And then in that report, maybe United States will act in a more casual ways to act in a more casual, which means self-restrict, keep the low profiles on those highly symbolic and sensitive things represented by Taiwan issues, and try to ensure, how to say that, launch the stabilizing to ensure the stabilities of these U.S.-China relations. United States need to find proper ways to deliver China kind of reassurance and make China to accept a peaceful coexistence with the United States and make China feel more confidence. United States need to persuade China it's not necessary to deliver your as lethal forces, and you also can realize your final goals, which means to realize your reunifications. It's not that easy, but the United States already trying to find a way. You will read out from this RAND report. They use a sentence in a very interesting negative ways. It doesn't say that the United States will support the peaceful reunification. He said that United States will not oppose peaceful reunification. So it's very interesting to finding out that it want to make some movement, but did not want to move that far. It's worried about the first priority is the United States will not lost too much reputation and dignity while moving toward that directions. Also just want to make a very little move on that directions and wish China can accept these deals and feel satisfied. We just wait and see. It will be very interesting.